Wednesday morning's live stroll. Well, we've already made it to hump day, haven't we? With the bank holiday here in the UK, we're now at Wednesday, and by the end of the day today, nice slide down to the weekend, hopefully. The weather yesterday was a stonker. I think it got up to, realistically, it got up to about 34. It was up to about 40 something in the back garden, but you can't really go on that with the sort of thermometer directly in the sun and stuff like that. So I think it was about 34, 34, 35, in fact. Um, so yeah, it was a bit of a stonk yesterday, and it was as hot in the house as it was outside. Even when we went to bed, it was still felt about 30 odd downstairs in the house. The air conditioning upstairs, so it worked its magic. But it actually became quite cold in the night. The aircon actually went off about 3 o'clock, something like that. And it's a lot cooler this morning. It's supposed to be a cooler day, for a bit hotter tomorrow, and then cooler again after that. So at the minute it's 19 degrees. Not a breath of wind, nothing. So it is exactly what it says. A very pleasant. I mean, this is nice. I mean, 19, 20 up to 25 is absolutely fine. If the temperature was like that, it's more than manageable. It's when it goes over 25, like around 30, and the humidity was just so heavy as well. It was just too much. You can cope with it a lot better when you're on holiday, I think. But normally you've got a swimming pool, maybe a swim-up bar, whatever the situation is. So I think we deal with it in a different way. And we always say that heat here in the UK is completely different anyway. So don't know why. It just is because we don't get it. Anyway, what's everybody's plans for today? It is half term this weekend in the UK, so people might be away doing stuff and what have you. So interested to know what you're up to. If you've got to go to work like me today, it is what it is, isn't it? Unfortunately, got to do it. Otherwise, we don't afford to do nice things come the weekends and then holidays and stuff like that. So that's what's got to keep you going. So we're doing the field stroll this morning. So if you've been with me before, you'll know exactly where we're going. If you haven't, in a bit, we sort of meander our way through the sort of centre of the village to get to the fields, and then we walk around 4 different fields, 3 different woodlands, across a couple of roads. Yeah, that's it. See some wildlife, hopefully. If you haven't been with me before, do make sure you like and subscribe and hit the old bell. Subscriptions continue to grow every day now. The channel is coming to this phase now where it's sort of looking after itself with the lives and the other content that's coming out. It sort of just looks after itself. With me narrating for Azra. So yeah, we're doing good. We're doing good. And remember the challenge, if we get to 2,000 by either October when I'm in America or July next year when we're also in America, I will do the Star Flyer or the Slingshot at Icon Park. Whether it be by myself or with something else, I don't know. We'll see. So hit the subscribe. Nothing else, it should be a laugh to see me have to do that. The amount of people I saw yesterday at this time of the morning walking their dogs, I've never seen as much as I did yesterday. There's a lot of sensible people taking their dogs out really early before the heat of the day really started kicking in. You see far too many people taking their dogs out in the heat of the day. It's just ludicrous to me. I don't know, when will people learn? There's a story about a dog being left in a car while someone went shopping. I think on Monday, I think it was. I mean, what's wrong with people? I just don't get it. I can't fathom it. I can't fathom it at all. If you're not responsible, don't have a dog. Anyway, that's my little moan for the morning. Azra and Ralph on Monday, because it's a bank holiday, we were at home. We might have gone out if it'd been a bit cooler, but it was just so hot. I don't think we'd be bothered to do anything, to be honest. They just lay in the sun and then pant. I mean, what's wrong with them? There's loads of shade, but they both did the same thing. And then you sort of try and put them in the shade, and then they go back to where they were. Well, you're not helping yourself then, are you, really? Morning to Noah. How you doing? Thanks for joining up. Thank you very much. I do appreciate that. Get lots of nice comments from people as the channel continues to get bigger. Do get some nice comments. You get some silly comments as well. But for the most part, get some nice comments, which is great. This is why, not only me, but people generally who do YouTube, for the most part, enjoy doing what we do. And this is just a hobby for me. I'm out every morning with her anyway, so why not bring you guys with me? We've got some lovely walks that we do. I don't know if anyone was with us over the weekend when we did the mystery location, which was my old stomping ground. And then on Monday, we went on the train in the morning, did a little train ride with Azra. So that was quite cool as well. She did really, really well. That's something that we may do again. It's not something I do every Sunday, but maybe once a month or something like that. Perhaps we could do that. Now I sort of see how well Azra does. Dog's name is Azra, A-Z-R-A. It is a Turkish name. She's a rescue dog, I hasten to add. But that was the name she had when we got her. And it means, loosely translated, I believe, lucky in Turkish. Now, I would need to look at the exact translation, but that's essentially what we were told when we got her. And I guess as she's a rescue dog, she's lucky. So, yeah, that's her story. We're now going to be meandering our way onto the field. Azra, you good girl? Good girl. We're going to be meandering our way onto the fields now. We were supposed to get some storms last night. Never really came to anything. Oof, where we are. Apparently got it quite bad. But we didn't get anything here, which is a shame. I like a good storm. And they've got someone out with their dog over there already. Or dogs, I think they've got two actually. Again, very sensible, but as I say, guys, normally when I'm out, never see anyone. Come on, Azra. Right, come on, if you're going to mess about. Right, I'll get my trusty bag out, guys, because she's getting ready to go to the loo. Right, onwards. Now, these people appear that they're going to come across us, and they're letting their dogs run loose as well. Brilliant. I might have to tighten Azra's lead up, actually. Azra is a very friendly dog, but she's very excitable around other dogs. Too excitable. So, I could have done without this morning, guys, at 5:10. And that woman, she ain't in no position to be chasing her dog. I'm having to up my pace to get past. She's got a stick, so she ain't chasing her dogs if they come run over here. Oh dear. Anyway, don't think Ash was that bothered by them at the minute, but give it time when she sees them. No, she's turned around. I think she's got the message. Good morning to Girl Boss as well. How are you? What time is it where everyone is? You just said you're in America. So, does that make you sort of out on the sort of the West Coast side, being that sort of far behind time wise? What's it now? 5, 6 hours behind? Could be. You could be over this side as well, sort of the east side. Depends. Talking about America, well, we've still got the whole World Cup game in place. Quite simple. Let me know your predictions as to who's going to win the World Cup. Come on. Good girl. This is England, yeah. We are between London and Cambridge. That's the easiest way to describe it to you if you're looking on a map of England. Look at London, go north up to Cambridge, and we're smack bang in the middle. Nice and easy. You're in Lancashire, okay. We're heading in that general direction. Later on in the year, we're coming up to, well, we're going to the outlets which are near Liverpool. I can never remember. They're the other side of the Mersey River. I'm sure you'll know the ones I mean. I just can't think what they're called. And then we're going on to Blackpool to the Pleasure Beach. So we're looking forward to that. That's later on in the year. Yeah, I'm a supporter as well. Now that's probably going to turn some people off, isn't it? I'm only saying that because of the area you're from. The mini sport Liverpool, does it? The more the merrier. Subscribing, that is absolutely spot on. Really appreciated. My average now, subscriber wise, is about 10 to 15 a week, and I'm quite happy with that. If it continues like that, we'll definitely get close to our target, whether it's this year or next year for the Starflyer or the Slingshot. I don't know, but it just depends, because some weeks you have far more than others, clearly. Everyone goes Blackpool. You're right. Well, we've never been to Blackpool. This will be our first time, so I am prepared for how busy it's going to be, considering we're going to be going in the summer holidays. We are actually only there for a day, well, a day and a half. So I think we'll survive. I say that now. Remember this conversation, guys, and then when we're live again after the event and I'm talking about it and I'm saying, "Oh my God, how busy was it?" So remember, you said you could cope. But it's all good practice because Julie and me are going to Orlando end of September and we are going to go to some of the parks. And then all of us are going to Orlando next July. And we will be doing all the Universal parks and the SeaWorld, Aquatica, Busch Gardens, all those. So I'm not doing Disney this time. We did Euro Disney only last year, so we're not that bothered about doing Disney, to be honest with you. Again, and it saves me about £1.5 grand as well by not doing that, so that can be used for other stuff. Missing out on chats here. I'm sorry, guys. Yeah, thank you for that. I do appreciate that. Yeah, it's I think our time sort of walking around will be minimal, maybe other than getting some food of an evening, the 2 evenings that we're there. I don't think we'll be doing much else. Our son is a little bit too old now for the arcades. We used to go to, we still do go to Great Yarmouth, but we don't go as much. He used to love the arcades, but now he's getting too old for it. He's 15, and you know what they're like when they're 15. They they're on their phones and PlayStations and Xboxes, and he will be at his halfway point as well for his GCSEs. Obviously being year 10 going into year 11, so yeah, and that's the whole reason we're going to America next July. Look at Azra. Are you going to go in there, Azra? Because if you do, you can sort yourself out. Come on. She fell in there once and hates it. Yeah, she still goes down there. Yeah, America's going to be pretty wild. Do you know what? I'm more excited to go to America this year and next year than I've been. I've been before a few times actually. The last time we were in Orlando was 2008, and that was obviously before James was born, and it was just Julie and me, and we had an amazing time. It was a fantastic, fantastic holiday. I know it's obviously a lot more expensive now. I get all that, but it'll just be a great experience for us as a family. I thought it was actually going to be one of our last sort of family holidays, but I've been talked into booking a cruise the following year, which we're all going on again. I said to James, "Are you sure you want to still be coming away with your mum and dad?" But the cruise that we're going on is around the South Med, and we're going to a lot of nice places, and he was right up for it. And he loved the cruise we went on last year, to be fair. So if he meets as many nice guys and girls as he did last year, he'd be loving it. It is quite an experience, a cruise, from the point of view, and it's not always like this, obviously, hopefully it'll be just as good. But James, literally, we'd see him in the morning, apart from when we were doing trips, we'd see him in the morning, he'd say, right, he's going off to meet his friends. What time do I need to be back? So be back for dinner, so be back for 6 o'clock. And we might occasionally see them walking around, but they were just, playing, the games on the ship, walking around, talking, just doing what kids do. They were just entertained. It was great. And we never heard any people moaning that they were causing carnage. Not their group, anyway. Thank goodness. So yeah, it was all good fun. What have I missed here? No, we are going with P&O. P&O. We've been with them 3 times before. We did a weekender cruise. We then went to the Canary Islands and Madeira. We then did it last year, which was, what did we do last year? Sort of central Med. But this is the first time we've ever done a fly cruise. We're flying out to Malta, and then we've got 2 weeks, and then come back into Malta, obviously, and fly back again. So, yeah, first time I've ever done a fly cruise before. Obviously, that does limit what you can take. When you go from Southampton, you can take what you like. So we will need to be a bit more careful what we pack this time, because you just get your normal 23 kilos. So it is a pain. Because if you think on a cruise, you have to take a suit. So I took 2 suits last year. Right, here we go. Azra? Azra? Look at the train. See the train? You're not even bothered this time, are you? Because you've been on one now, you don't care. She was fascinated by the goods train this time last week, actually. Right, Azra, come on. She's getting herself all stuck in the reeds here. Come on, Ezra. Having problems with my other phone at the minute. It does seem to be working. We are still live, so that's good. As I say, we are now over a halfway point of the Stroll, sort of making our way back now across the A10. The A10 is a main road between London and up to Norfolk, split by Cambridge. Across the rickety old bridge. These crops are just getting bigger and bigger every week. And I know someone's about to say, well, they do grow, but it's amazing how quickly they grow, I think is what I'm alluding to. They're at foot height. Only a few weeks ago. Now look at them. So we're about to cross the busy road. Yep, thank you very much. Take care, you too. Good to talk to you this morning. Always join up, hit the subscribe. Right, so we've got something coming, guys. I can hear it. Right, sit. Sit. Go. Wait. Right, clear. Let's go. Good girl. About to go over the old agility trainer. Beautiful sunrise again this morning, guys. Look at that. Stunning. We're a bit later this morning, actually, than we were yesterday. Obviously, I didn't do the live yesterday, did I? So I was out a tad earlier, only because if I come out a lot earlier, it does affect the sort of UK, European, sort of Asia numbers. Obviously, I know the American numbers, which obviously always appears to be my second highest viewing subscriber, as it were, or viewer. Um, it's always really late when I'm on, but I try and sort of keep it down the middle for everyone when I'm online. So I never come out much before 5 in the UK, really. Sort of keep it relatively sane. People in the UK, it's only nutters like me that are up, to be fair. Come on, Azra. So we've got a few more people joining up now. Welcome. Thanks for joining up. We are well over halfway around our stroll this morning. It's a very pleasant 19 degrees this morning. And if you've been with me before, you'll know sort of the general route we're doing. If you haven't, make sure you hit the like and subscribe. We've sort of just finished the sort of mostly country bit of the stroll. We're sort of moving back into the residential bit of the stroll. We have got one more field to do before we meander our way back through the science park towards home. We've got probably another 20 minutes or so. Real shame, some news I heard just last night, actually. This field on the left, which is where Azra's horsey friends are, although she doesn't see them that much anymore, because they're always further over. Apparently, some sort of planning permission has been put in. But I think Julie said to me 20 new houses on this field here. And I just think it's a real shame when people do this. And I would imagine the residents here, well, all along here, will probably have something to say about it, to be honest, because what a lovely lookout they've got them in it, and all of a sudden they'll be looking out and so 20 new houses apparently. Happens everywhere, guys, unfortunately. Wherever there's a bit of land, someone can make a quick buck. They'll make a quick buck, I'm afraid. Right, come on, Azra, lead on. People join to watch you, not listen to me. I'll just narrate on your behalf. So we've got one more field to walk around, guys. Or we, as I say, meander away from the science park towards home. Where's everybody watching from this morning? We haven't really played the geography game since the weekend, actually. So people want to let me know what time it is where you are in the world. I'll try and guess where you're watching from. Also got the World Cup game in place as well, where we just have a guess as to who we think is going to win the World Cup, and then we can have a chat about that if anyone's interested. So lots of topics we can talk about and discuss. I think it's very difficult to call the World Cup this year. Obviously, your heart always goes with your home country, doesn't it? Obviously, being England, but unfortunately, I've been there far too many times with England to think they can go that extra mile. You hope, but yeah, I don't know. I don't think you can look much beyond, I don't know, Argentina, Brazil, France, Spain. Sort of they're the four big ones, aren't they? Though Brazil aren't playing that well at the minute, so I've been told. I don't know. Is there anyone else that people think could surprise? I don't know. Germany, maybe? There's a lot of good individual players in teams, but maybe not whole teams. I don't really know. But you can't really look beyond sort of those sort of 5, 6, 7 teams, I don't think. So we're just approaching the last of the 4 fields. Quite surprising, I've only actually seen one person with their dog. It was a lot later. I started seeing other people yesterday, to be fair, towards the end of the stroll. But we are a bit later today, so in a few weeks' time, the fair will be on this field. And once they've gone, it's wrecked, and they have to really, Azra have to really sort of build it back up for the new football season. And it's such a shame. It's one of the sort of travelling fairs. I think they're currently in the, sort of the next town as it stands until the end of this week. So whether it's the end of this week, they meander their way here, or they go somewhere else and then come. I don't know. I don't even know the date they're supposed to be here. So I just think in my mind, if they're that close, they might be coming here next. I don't know. Anyway, don't matter. This means we won't be able to walk around this field. We'll have to have an extension somewhere. Azra, this way, come on. I can think of a little extension to the stroll already in my mind, what we can do. So don't worry about us, guys. We'll still get our 2 miles every morning. I think they normally here a week with the setting up and everything else. So it is a pain. And the prices of these travelling fairs now. There was a lot of talk actually on the local Facebook site that we're on also. The prices were just so expensive. I think it's 10 quid for sort of 10 tokens, they were saying. And to go on one ride, you need 4 tokens. So they're quite crafty. So you're getting definitely 2 rides, and then you've got to buy extra to get another ride. So essentially, if you spend a tenner, you get 2 rides. I don't know if that's good value these days or not, to be honest with you. The way people were talking, it won't. James is a bit big, as I was saying earlier on, to go to this sort of stuff now. But the theme parks that he wants to go to now, they're a lot more expensive than that, but then there's a lot more to do. So I suppose it's all relative, isn't it? I think what people were alluding to is if you've got a family, even of 2 kids, it's flipping expensive. You've got more than 2 kids, good luck. So I've just completed the 4th and final field that we were just walking around. Not a very big one. This is the smallest really of the 4. And now we're meandering our way towards the science park. And then obviously to home. So we're doing very well for time. And off and on, we've had good numbers this morning, which has been really, really nice. And lots of chat. Between the lives and the shorts at the minute, as I was saying earlier on, the subscribers have just gone through the roof. My average is 10 to 15 a week. It's been far more than that in the last, well, since we hit 1,000 subscribers, it's just gone bang. And we hit 1,000 subscribers over the first bank holiday weekend in May. So if you work that out, we're almost another 100 subscribers on at time of when I came out. Whether we've had any more subscribers from this stroll, I don't know. But if I could do 100 in a month, that would be amazing. Doesn't always work like that, guys. Really doesn't. So for the live currently, we have done 1 more subscriber, so that's good. One's better than none. It was a very, very busy first half of the stroll, actually. I think the chat and people watching it sort of has wound itself down a little bit now, to be fair, which is fine. As I always say, I'm out anyway, so I bring you guys along to enjoy the scenery, and I just so much prefer now we've got the light. The dark strolls weren't as much fun. Go on, Azra, lead on. But I was happy with the temperature near the beginning of the month. Temperatures in the UK, not that they'll last very long, but have been stonking since Friday. I think today's supposed to be cooler. Tomorrow's supposed to be a bit warmer. And then it's supposed to be a lot cooler. We're supposed to get some rain, which after the heat, you always get the rain and the thunder. They're already talking about a super El Nino. Lovely sunrise through there, guys. Latter part of this year and into next year. That's what they're saying. So whether we're going to have some strange weather over the next 12 to 18 months, who knows? It's the sort of stuff I watch on YouTube. Some stuff is actually quite interesting. Other stuff is just rubbish. But yeah, there are a couple of things I've watched on that now. And they're pretty adamant. Super El Nino is coming. So we're now coming into the last little bit of wooded area. Before we meander our way back through the science park. I was having a look at the channel yesterday, and content more to the point, and I've now got basically enough content on the channel that we've filled up the whole of June's sort of allotment, so I could completely have a rest from doing any sort of shorts and not have to do anything until July the 1st, maybe the last day of June, I think it is, which is quite incredible, really. And it's just by being out with her, doing a lot of the nature stuff. People seem to enjoy it. That you get loads of stuff. Tuesdays and Thursdays are my day of getting content. That's why I don't do lives anymore. But yeah, I was going through it yesterday, and I was quite shocked when I realised. And it's a fantastic place to be, guys. And I was saying this to my wife last night, actually, that because I've now got myself in this position, when you go on holiday and stuff like that, you don't have to worry about it so much because the channel will look after itself. You can almost just think to yourself, you don't have to worry about it. Obviously, when I'm away, I do the travel vlogs and all that sort of stuff anyway, so I am worrying about it, but you know what I mean, the maintenance side of it, you don't have to worry about. For any YouTuber, it's YouTuber heaven. We've got two dogs coming the other way. Morning. Go on, keep going. Keep going. Yes, yes, yes. Come on. It's usually you making all that noise, Azra. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. So, guys, we are almost getting towards the end of our little live stroll this morning. I will finish off with the amazing sunrise in a bit if I can. I tried to finish with it yesterday and there were dog walkers everywhere. And I thought to myself, they'll probably think I'm a nutter. See if we get any interruptions this morning. Another minute or so and you'll see it. Haven't had any problems with the YouTube letting me down with the lives since last week, so I do have to keep my eye on that. But it did drive me nuts last week, but I saw it, and that's the important thing. I'm always looking at the screen to see what's occurring. Right, so this is the sunrise, guys. Beautiful. Nice. About 24 degrees they're saying today. It's 19 already, so if it doesn't get a lot warmer than this today, that will be much appreciated. Considering since Friday, it's not been much less than 30. Right, ladies and gentlemen, have a fantastic day. Not too late to like and subscribe. We will be live again on Friday morning, Saturday morning, Sunday morning, and Monday morning. So we've got the 4-day stint coming up. No live tomorrow. I'll put a reminder out about that anyway. Have a fantastic day today, whatever you're up to. And we'll see you Friday. Take care, guys.